tonight with breaking news. You may have just seen this flying over your home. Your photos and videos have been pouring into our newsroom, and we just spoke with some experts with the American Meteor Society to find out what exactly these bright lights in the sky are. Well, they tell us that the flying objects aren't meteors at all. They're actually the debris of a space mission launched to the International Space Station back in 2009. So, space junk. We're told it isn't rare for this to happen, but it is rare to see so much of it all together at one time. An astronomer at Harvard University told us it's likely to all burn up on re-entry. Some of the debris, though, could touch down near Yosemite. So if you do have any additional photos or video, please keep sending them our way. And just before we move on here, we want to show you this. This is a map of the trajectory that space junk is on. And as you can see, it's flying just east of Sacramento and the valley, crossing through Chico and now heading to the Sierra. Again, if you have a photo or a video, reach out to us. We want to see it.
Breaking news.
And that breaking news, did you see it? We've gotten dozens of calls into our newsroom tonight of this. Reports of lights flashing over in the sky. Viewers are sharing their videos with us showing what could be something re-entering our atmosphere and then burning up. It was a scene across Northern California's clear skies tonight.
If you were outside, you saw it, and it was hard to miss. So we want to get right over to Chief Meteorologist Mark Finan with a look at those lights in the sky. Mark.
We started getting calls a little after 9:30 with people seeing a line of these going across the sky. And when we first heard a line of lights going across the sky, these days our first thought is, well, that must be some Starlink satellites. But once we started getting the video, and you can see on the video that there's actually a tail on these things, and that's an indication that something's entering the atmosphere and burning up. Well, now we've started to get a little bit more information that this is likely, or at least possibly, was a Japanese satellite, communication satellite that was launched back in '09. It wasn't in service for the last 3 years. It's been in a decaying orbit, and they say that it did enter the Earth's atmosphere over California tonight just after 9:30, and that's what we're seeing. So it broke up upon entry into the atmosphere, and these are the pieces of that communication satellite as they burn up in our atmosphere before they reach the ground. That's what we think it was tonight. A better idea than we had an hour ago. Let's put it that way. Back to you.
Yeah, and it was a heck of a light show.
Thanks, a number of you calling into our newsroom tonight wondering what in the world. Well, check out this fireball in the sky. People reported seeing it as far north as Sacramento and as far south as Fresno. Our producer spoke with Jonathan McDowell, an astronomer with the Smithsonian, who tells us this was a piece of a satellite antenna from the International Space Station. He says you could call it space junk. There's a lot of it up there. It's been orbiting the Earth's atmosphere for several years, in fact, and experts knew it would re-enter sometime today, but they didn't exactly know when or where. Well, it ended up soaring over Sacramento about 9:30 tonight. McDowell says there is no danger to anyone who sees it. It will break into very small bits before hitting the ground. Based on the trajectory, he expects those pieces probably landed near Yosemite National Park, which is pretty cool. And thanks to those of you who shared this video with us and let us know what you were seeing.
Yes, they have been. Off the hook in our newsroom. What was streaking across the sky? We have some video from one of our viewers who sent it in to us. This is from Sal Montejano. Excuse me, Sal, if I'm mispronouncing it. We've zoomed the video in just a little bit. Now, according to one Harvard scientist and astronomer, Jonathan McDowell, he says this was very likely space junk. A decommissioned satellite that had been orbiting the Earth for 3 years and finally entered Earth's atmosphere and likely completely burned up upon re-entry. But he says if any pieces of it still existed and survived re-entry, they might be around the Yosemite area. That's according to a Harvard astronomer, Jonathan McDowell. So yes, a lot of people very curious about what was streaking across the sky. Apparently nothing to be alarmed about, but very fascinating sight.